Well, here we are, folks, explaining why I am no longer making YouTube videos and the problems that have led up to this point, taking 5 weeks off from posting videos after having grown a channel and subscriber count, only to realize that there's no guarantees, okay? And let me explain to you guys what I mean by this exactly. And welcome one, welcome all. My name is Kevin, Kevin in all caps, youtube.com/@Kevin247. And no, I will not try to contact you in the chat and the comment section down below through WhatsApp. I will not try to text you. I will not try to reach out to you or invest money for you or deliver a prize to a contest that you didn't even enter to win. The only thing I'm giving away today is free information and knowledge that I hope that you guys can take from this video and use in your daily lives for safety, protection, planning, preparation, growth, wealth, building, strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, I watched a video on the channel Auto Vlog. 700,000+ subscribers. I think he said he's been making YouTube videos since 2017. He never dreamed of the day that he would be doing YouTube full-time, and didn't even think that he would make money from it. He originally started making YouTube videos and content from a Ford dealership, I believe in Pennsylvania, maybe, only just to attract attention. Great thought process back years ago of inbound marketing, hoping people would then want to come buy a car from him. I actually, you know what? I got a personal story about that, because I will tell you what, I think his name is Michael. And 2017, interesting time, is when I bought my first Ford F-250 Super Duty. I bought a 2017 Power Stroke Lariat, single rear wheel. I was on the fence, originally looking into getting a GMC Sierra Denali. I think it was pretty much just between the GMC and the Ford, and I had little experience with either. I was doing some research online while working my full-time job, getting ready to start my business, and was trying to figure out what truck I should get. It might have been, I don't even think I considered Dodge at all. Ram, I don't think I considered Ram at all. But I remember he had access, he had a video to an F-250 at the time, 2017. I want to say it was silver. It was either silver or gray, one or the other. And he made a video on that truck that ultimately was the turning point that pushed me to purchase a Ford F-250 instead of anything else. Now, granted, I did test drive a GMC Sierra Denali, and I was not impressed for a variety of reasons. But in comparison, at the time, 2017, Ford was ahead of the game between power, torque, amenities, push-button starts, the full sunroof, styling, comfort, price. And I remember he had the best video describing and reviewing that truck at the time that made me go buy it. Interestingly enough, I just now remember that. Well, anyway, he posted a video, I think here recently, today or maybe even yesterday, and discussed where he's been, what's been happening, what's going on, why he's been absent from the platform for over a month, the longest time frame that he hasn't uploaded videos, from what he said. And it's all come down to one of the problems with YouTube, which he said is it's work. It's like a job. It's a business that you can't call in sick to. But if you're not you, if you're not yourself, then your audience the algorithm, the viewers will know that. And it will then diminish the video. They'll ask questions. They'll maybe even unsubscribe, maybe even talk negatively about you, especially in the car world. Like, the car world, in my opinion, is very, very unforgiving. You make one false move, one slip up, misspeak on any torque spec or horsepower number or 0 to 60 time or anything, and they're out for blood. So either way, he didn't go into great detail in his video as exactly why, but he says it has to do with a financial setback, basically. And he even admitted to the fact that his YouTube revenue was down. His YouTube ad revenue was down. Granted, 700,000+ subscribers, and I want to tell you guys that the subscriber count does not have any bearing on how much money you make. Your upload frequency really doesn't have much to do with it either, as well as the amount of views. Well, how do you make money? Well, there's a variety of different ways you can make money, and in this video in particular, he actually had a sponsor. But either way, none of these numbers, these figures, can accurately shed on any light on how much income can be made as a YouTuber, unless you are that particular YouTuber and you have access to their analytics and their dealings and their contracts and their income. Social Blade is a great tool that will give you some insights behind channels, but their ranges are so broad that they honestly have no idea of anything, really, and quite often are understated. But regardless, he said that he made some business decisions that had nothing to do with, I think he said, the cars. Now, this is a YouTuber who's gone through, numerous cars. He had some Mercedes C63 AMGs. He's got an Audi RS7 now. He had an R8 at one point. He had a Ferrari F12, I believe. Countless trucks, Raptors, maybe a TRX. I'm not subscribed. I don't watch on a regular basis, but I would catch him from time to time, as I am very, very interested in the automotive world, the automotive industry, fast cars, exotic cars, expensive cars, rare cars. And but he said that some people told him some things that weren't necessarily true. And I'm paraphrasing here from having watched the video a few hours ago and just trying to remember this. I have no notes here in front of me on this video, but he made some business choices and business decisions that ultimately seem like they haven't panned out. Now, I don't know if this is a financial stress and burden or a mental stress and burden or a combination of the two, but there is a sense of pressure as a creator to consistently produce, consistently be on, and you can't necessarily have a bad day. Therefore, if you have a bad day, you don't record a video. And he has a certain characteristic, trait, upbeat attitude to him. He was at a loss for words often throughout this video as he was discussing the problems that he was facing, but he didn't go into great detail. Now, I got this overwhelming feeling at the time that maybe he got involved in some NFT businesses, or maybe some crypto exchanges, or maybe FTX, maybe some other crypto, like pump and dump. Granted, maybe he may be over leveraged in XRP or anything like that. Ripple, Bitcoin, Doge, ETH. It could be a variety of things. It could be anything. He made some references about the dog growing up from a puppy to a dog. Now it's spring as far as the season. He had some anecdotal sidebars, but you could tell once he really got inside the car and he started talking, getting into the meat and potatoes of it all, that something was bothering him. And he felt like he owed it to his subscribers that, granted, you guys support these channels to make it even possible, and then to disappear for a long period of time, and more than likely getting messages sent to you through a variety of different avenues, you say to yourself, I owe them this to provide some information, an update, clarity, closure. That is true. Not saying that you actually do, but I am saying that you definitely get that feeling. And I do think that it would be admirable and very respectable to grant that courtesy to your audience. Interestingly enough, at the same time, YouTube has been playing a few games with the creators, with the algorithm, with the reach, with the views, with the revenue. And I brought you guys some information the other day about how we were working for free because YouTube slashed our income to zero. They fixed the glitch, but in an email response, they told us that the problem that we were experiencing with our ad revenue has been resolved and our channel should be operating as normal now. It's funny how they said the problem with ad revenue has been resolved, but your channel should be operating normal. And in my opinion, December, they made a switch to the algorithm, which has been slightly confirmed from the research that I've done. And in March, they implemented another switch. Any creators, go look at your analytics from March to now and see if you notice anything interesting, anything peculiar there. Anyway, I digress. Because with 700,000+ subscribers on the channel of Autovlog, granted, he's accumulated and amassed hundreds of millions of views in this time frame for which he was making content, receiving ad revenue, getting additional income from sponsorships, paid promotions. He said that, you know, revenues are down. And this is it's business, okay? YouTube is a business when you think about it. And every business right now is tightening up. Every business is tightening up. However, I think that right now, unfortunately, a lot of folks are going to be experiencing an additional burden from the business retraction, this recession, this depression that we're in, this uncertain time of economic instability and bank liquidity crisis concerns and lending concerns and quantitative tightening concerns and collapse of the dollar concerns, de-dollarization concerns. There was a time where business was great, and we all remember when that was. But there's also now, today, where you can say, well, business is not great. Now, granted, for some, business may be good, business may be okay, but for most, I would probably say that business is not great, okay? And we're looking at it from the standpoint of, all right, how do we plan and prepare to protect what we have, make it through to the other side, and then thrive and survive? But for some, they've made some investments. They've poured their money into, they've poured their resources, capital into, which Economic Ninja pointed this out on a video yesterday, I believe, where he said VC is pulling back. And there's going to be less money to be able to be invested into these ventures through venture capitalist injections. And there's some people out there that got involved, okay? Now, I'm going to categorize Autovlog as people. I'm not going to put them in the category of a VC or a hedge fund or an investment angel investor or anything like that. I'm going to put them in the category of people. A person who was doing a really great job at the content that he was creating. Some really fun videos. I remember at one point he traveled to California for the Monterey Week car show. That was really cool because it allowed everyone a chance to experience it from his seat, even though they couldn't go. And he, I believe, went and took a Ferrari. I think he was driving a Ferrari at the time. And also he tends to attract the attention of the police wherever he goes, ends up getting pulled over, gets speeding tickets and all this, that, and the other. He's got great stories to tell from what's happening. But again, he's really never at a loss for words. And I don't even really recall seeing too many edits or splices in his video. So it's just really just going, okay? It's like real life right there in the palm of your hand, or on your computer screen, or on your TV screen. But I'm going to put him in the category of people who had money. And there's also some people out there who didn't have money, but looked at the situation and said, you know what, let me take what I've got. Let me leverage all I can for the opportunity of a positive return and growth on the other side. And regardless of what side of this you end up on, or what category you went into this under, we're potentially going to see a lot of businesses failing. We're potentially going to see a lot of businesses failing. We're going to be potentially seeing a lot of businesses going under, not having access to capital, not having access to affordable capital as interest rates continue to rise, as the banks pull back and tighten up. He hasn't posted a video in 5 weeks. And making car videos, which, if you guys are aware, I have a car channel as well that I make content for. In my opinion, you got to be in the right frame of mind to really make these videos, okay? Because they should be fun. But it's kind of hard to do that when you're battling a huge mountain of stress and potential financial collapse on the other side. And you just can't focus, right? Or you can't put your phone down, or you can't pull away from a meeting, or you can't not take the call from your attorney, or whatever it may be. And it kills the flow, it kills the production, it kills the vibe, it kills the mood, it kills the channel. Because ultimately you start pulling back and not posting like you used to. But I feel as though we are about to see this happening with some of these business ventures operating on huge levels of debt and borrowed money and loans and lending that isn't available anymore like it once was. It's becoming too expensive. And then the capital and cash flow wasn't there. And also, as he mentioned, I think he alluded to the fact that some lies were told. And this is the biggest problem, the lies. Because the lies are, odds are, what brought him in to be an investor, to be a partner, to be a member of this LLC or whatever it may be that is bothering him, that is preventing him from being himself and continuing to connect with his viewers and subscribers, is the lies. And which is why I told you guys earlier on, I will not be promoting NFTs on my channel, because I don't feel as though NFTs are trustworthy. And especially at the beginning of this channel, when NFTs were really rolling out, I mean, snake oil salesmen were lining up to get a hold of ways of which they could be promoting and selling these NFTs, and your ability to get in on these extremely high priced, valuable digital fine art assets that were going to literally wipe you out. Pump and dump to the T, the definition of. But the lies are quite possibly the biggest problem. And there's even channels out here on YouTube that there's two types of channels. There's one channel that will continuously make content and tell you how you too can make $10,000 a day. And then there's another channel that'll tell you how that channel that's telling you how you can make $10,000 a day is completely full of crap, and they're lying to you. Now, granted, I've made videos before in the past about how you guys can make money, how you can save money, how you can invest money, how you can make money online, make money using your phone, make money even through Walmart as a brand. I don't even remember whatever brand feature they had where you can promote Walmart products and make money. But I will tell you guys this. I've also told you that passive income is a result of active income. And if you want to make a lot of money, like, you're going to have to work for it, okay? Now, granted, there are ways in which you can do it that may be easier than others, more challenging than others. But at the end of the day, you have to do the work. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be there for the opportunity. And when the opportunity presents itself, you have to show up. None of this is going to be given to you, okay? And the lies, which I'll go into fully in another video, come from some of these people pitching and throwing out. You guys have probably seen the ads, maybe not. The ads that you see on YouTube when you're watching videos are created and curated and presented to the viewer based on the viewer, not the creator. oftentimes clients will ask me, well, Kevin, how do I make the most money? And this gets into a little bit of a gray area, and it can actually distract you from making the best content. But trying to chase the content or the path to making the most money may actually make you the least amount of money. And if you want to make content that targets a specific CPM that's going to pay you the most per melee, the most per view, granted, yours that you'll see is the RPM after you get your cut from the advertising fee split. But that could potentially drive you away from views. It could drive you away from growing your biggest audience. It could drive you away from really focusing on connecting, and instead you're worrying about reading a script and the B-roll and all this other ancillary nonsense that's just meant to like razzle dazzle wow them instead of actually connecting with them. And it's not as cut and dry as how do I make the most money. I think with the changes in the algorithm that we've seen over the last few months, it's really going to come down to how do I connect with the most people. But again, that's a different video, different topic. The lies that are being told are a little bit split. There's a creator, a woman, and she said that she quit making content about being frugal and living a frugal lifestyle because she felt that she was a fraud, I guess. Paraphrasing here. She felt some sort of way about making this content where she decided she couldn't make it anymore, and instead she was going to start to call out all the fake gurus who are pretending to have these passive income lifestyles and dreams that they're selling to people, and she wants to disprove them all. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, when you go into it from that standpoint, you're automatically jaded. You're automatically looking at it from a negative angle, saying, all right, let me figure out everything that could possibly be wrong with this, instead of really looking at it and saying, hang on, what could possibly be right with this? But at the same time, there is some truth behind it, where there is content being created. There are videos being pushed out there, some of which even being paid to promote so that more people see them. And they're trying to sell you on this idea that you can make a bunch of money, but really and truly all they want to do is take your money. If that makes sense. And as I said, you guys may have seen this ad where it pops up and says, if you have the YouTube app on your phone, you can be making $10,000 a day without posting any videos. It's so terrible, but it's designed like that on purpose. It's intentionally wrong so that it's more memorable than everybody else, so that it stands out. But again, it's catered, it's presented, it's curated based on the viewer. As a creator, as an investor, as an entrepreneur, I'm getting targeted differently than you guys would be, potentially, depending on what you watch and how the algorithm has tagged your avatar, basically. Each viewer is an avatar that goes into a collective pool of avatars, which in this particular case, we have I believe a prepper community, or maybe even now be switching over to a cryptocurrency, decentralized cryptocurrency, XRP, XLM, Bitcoin, investment avatar, maybe. I'm trying to figure that one out. The algorithm's kind of weird on that one right now. There's so many different avatars out there. But the key is understanding when your avatar is being targeted and you're potentially being lied to. And based on what Michael with Autovlog stated as he was dancing around, he didn't want to name names. He didn't want to throw anybody under the bus. There may be some legal matters involved where he can't even talk about it too much. He said that there were some lies. I think he said there were lies that were told. And he could be a target. People who come into wealth and fame, you get 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, you have fame. Trust me. You get 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, you probably got some fame, depending on the niche and the category that you're put into for your channel and the content that you create. By which, also, if anybody wants to talk more about content creation, starting, or having already started and growing and building and improving and tweaking to maximize growth and reach and revenue and income earning opportunities, then by all means, feel free, hit me up. But I think that there has been, over the last few months, if not years, people that have been targeted as investors, potential investors, pouring money into ventures that may have actually been capable of maintaining this facade for so long, only until now, today, April 2023, but odds are 2023 in general for the year, moving into 2024, which may potentially be a tougher year than this year, 2023, realizing that they can't keep floating this. They can't keep faking it until they make it, okay? Remember that phrase, fake it until you make it? Because the money's dried up, the lending has dried up, the capital has dried up, the resources have dried up, the banks are tightening up, the banks are pulling back, the Treasury is tightening up, the Biden administration is signing off on executive orders. The banks are having private secret meetings amongst them about what they're going to do with their money, how to protect the money, what this fractional reserve banking system is going to mean moving forward, especially as we are on this uncharted territory and big what if question mark of what will happen really between FedNow, CBDC, central bank digital currency, and if you ask me, XRP and the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. But again, different topics for different videos. If you're interested in that, then by all means, show your interest by giving this video a like and subscribing and commenting down below so I know. Now, I may end up putting this information on another channel or on the Patreon or a combination of the two. But at the end of the day, these are discussions and conversations and topics that I think need to be had, and before it's too late, because maybe you could be in a particular situation or know someone who hears this message, sees this video, and if you want more about what I'm talking about, go check out Autovlog. It's all one word, AUTOVLOG, and his last video of why he hasn't been posting YouTube videos. Maybe this message, maybe this story could help someone else realize, hey, wait, I'm in a sketchy situation. I'm in an investment. I'm in too deep on something that I don't feel good about. Maybe I can get out before it's too late. I'm not talking about getting out like, Sam Bankman-Fried and stealing a bunch of people's money. I'm talking about getting out and preserving what's yours and saving and protecting yourself within the within respect to the legalities of the law and your business agreement, operating agreement, contract, or whatever it may be. But his story rings true loud and clear. I hope it's a true story and not just for clickbait and not just to get eyes on you because, you've been missing for a little while and you can use this as a ploy to get views, which is all part of the strategy of clickbait. Clickbait, I don't think clickbait's a bad word. That's like saying profit's a bad word. That's like saying money is a bad word. That's like saying success is a bad word. No, I don't think that. I think it's a useful tool. But again, you have an audience, you have a subscriber base, you have a community, you have a family, you have a network of people that rely on you and trust you and ultimately will go to bat for you, go to war for you, or turn their back on you and try to convert as many people to do the same, depending on what you do, how you do it, how you carry yourself, present yourself, and how upfront and honest you are with them watching your videos that you produce, the community posts that you throw up, the engagement, the comments back and forth, the emails, the chats, the messages, the third-party websites, the Patreons, the in-person meetings, the seminars, the everything. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys as a little bit of like a PSA, public service announcement, heads up, warning, alert, insider intel from another YouTuber who's disappeared for a while, voicing his concerns about his revenue, his platform, his subscribers, his frequency, but also personal experiences, possible negative impacts to his income, his financial situation, investments, and an overall decline in the economy that anyone could experience, especially more so now than before.